pick up some dried red kidney beans. Or you could actually make this soup with a combination of beans, like cannellini beans, white kidney beans, red kidney beans, whatever is your pleasure. And here I have just soaked some red kidney beans in water overnight, just to soften them up a little bit. This is about 1.5 cups of the dried beans that I soaked overnight. And you can see here I have about 4 cups of beans. And this soup is so simple, you could do this with your eyes closed. So after you've soaked the beans overnight, and that's going to help cut down on the cooking time, you want to put them in a big soup pot, just like that. Then you want to have some aromatic vegetables ready, something the Italians call gli odori. These are the flavor ingredients, the base of which is going to give flavor to the soup. And basically, it starts out with what you have in your refrigerator. Carrots, so a couple carrots that you just quarter up, put in the pot. How about a couple stalks of celery along with the leaves? Don't throw those leaves out because that's a lot of flavor. They go in. And then just 1 large onion, quartered. You know, Italian cooking is so simple. And Umbrian cooking is even simpler, just simple ingredients that you can find anywhere. And now we want to put in some fresh rosemary. Don't use dried for this because you just won't get the same kind of flavor. And you can find fresh rosemary in your grocery store, just in little plastic bags, or you could grow a little pot of it on your windowsill. So when you get fresh rosemary, the easiest way to get the leaves off is to go right down the stem, you see, just like that. Makes it very easy. Then you don't have to stand there and pick each one off. So a little rosemary goes in. And then you want some scallions. And here you can use these, you can use the whole thing, but I'm only going to use the tops today and save the bottoms for salads. So there are our onion tops, our scallions. And those are a little sweeter in flavor than regular onions. They go in. And now we want to add some olive oil. Well, what is Umbrian cooking without a little bit of Umbrian olive oil, which tends to have a little spicy flavor? So about 3 tablespoons of olive oil goes in the pot. That's about 3 tablespoons. A little bit of salt, and again, I'm using sea salt here for a better and more natural flavor. Some coarse black pepper goes in, and this is all to taste. Remember, recipes are only guides, so if you want to change this soup in any way, you can. And then we want about 8 cups of chicken broth. Or you could use beef broth for this. If you didn't want to use either beef or chicken broth and you're more in the vegetarian side of things, you could use a vegetable broth or just water. Put the cover on, turn up the heat, and we want to cook this for about, 50 minutes or so, just until those beans are tender. And we'll know they're tender by trying to slip off one of the skins from the beans. I have a wonderful cooked soup for you. And there are those red kidney beans, and this is what I mean. If you can just slip the skin off, you see, you know that that bean is cooked. And now what we need to do is drain this and puree it. So to do that, get a bowl and a scoop, and it's best to really do this in a food processor. And you need to do this in batches, because if you try to put all of this into the food processor, you're going to have a little flood on the floor. I know, because I've tried to do it myself. So take this in batches and bring it over to your food processor. Those beans are delicious. Put it right in. Put the cover on. I wish you could be here to smell this. The top on. And now you just want to puree this up. And it's really important that you've cooked the soup sufficiently for all the vegetables to be soft. So they're all going to puree at the same time. Try to do this in a blender. It just isn't going to work as well. Trust me. Okay, then once it's all pureed up like that, it's ready to serve. You may want to correct the seasoning by giving it a little extra salt and pepper. and it's ready to eat. So here's our last batch. And I'll be serving that up later for you. So let's put the top back on that. Wasn't that easy and wonderful?